That's pretty neat.
All right. Go ahead. Jess, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, sure. I'll kick us off. Welcome everyone to our live training on shortcuts of ShortStack. If you've never joined us for one of these live trainings before, here's how it goes. So we have an introduction and then we kick off a pre-recorded portion of this training. It's just so much easier to show you in a pre-recorded video a bunch of different examples. It's also just a lot cleaner way to make the presentation. So we play that video. During the video, as you think of questions, certainly put them, there's a little Q&A icon at the bottom of your Zoom screen. So just click that and type up your questions. And then at the end of the video, Adam will not only go through a live demonstration of how to use some of these shortcuts, but will also answer all of these questions live. So with that, I am Jessica. I've been with the company for 8 years now. I am a customer success strategist, which means I'm one of the people here at ShortStack that try to help our new users and current users just be the most successful they can be using the platform. And I'm joined by my colleague, Adam.
Hey, everybody. I am Adam Hemler. Chances are, because I recognize names, chances are we have talked before, some of you, you and I. I've been with the company for almost 10 years now. I am the sales vice president for ShortStack. So wheeling, dealing, telling people about ShortStack, signing all that paperwork, whatever's needed. That's what I do. And since I talk ShortStack all day long, that's why you get the pleasure of hearing me talk about ShortStack after the great video that Jess has made. So without further ado, I think I'll go ahead and start that video. What do you think, Jess?
Yeah, go for it.
Awesome. So I'm going to share my screen.
There's nothing better than discovering a shortcut that saves you a ton of time. And since we've built so many shortcuts into ShortStack, we want to make sure that you know about all of them to help you build better campaigns faster. We'll start with a few tricks that have been around for a while and then move on to some that we've recently implemented. This first shortcut is something that we get asked about a lot. You can create an exact copy of a campaign just by clicking the campaign menu and then clicking Make Copy of Campaign. You'll be asked if you'd like to copy the list as well. Doing so will start your campaign with 0 entries. This shortcut is great for when you want to run a campaign similar to one that you've ran in the past. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You can just make a copy the list, make a few edits, and boom, you're done. If you find that you keep copying campaigns to use over and over, instead save it as a template. In almost the exact same way that you made a copy, click Make Template from Campaign. Your template will be saved to your own template library. Creating your own themes can help you save time too. Build themes that match your brand's style guidelines, your seasonal promotions, or just ones that you like using and save them for later use. Something we get asked about often is how to end a campaign, or how to automate stages in a campaign. For example, if you're collecting entries through a specific date, and then you want to stop collecting entries and start a voting stage, you can use visibility settings to do all of this. Let's start with ending a campaign. The easiest way to do it would be to put all of your widgets into one container. We'll talk more about containers in a bit. Then set the visibility on this container to stop showing on the date and time you'd like your campaign to end. If you'd like to stop collecting entries, you can simply add a Stop Showing Date to the Form widget. As a best practice, add some text explaining that you're no longer collecting entries and set the visibility of that widget to start showing at the same time. Let's talk about containers. The implementation of containers was a huge, time-saving game changer for ShortStack users. With them, you can apply styles and settings to a group of widgets instead of just one at a time. As I mentioned before when talking about visibility settings, you can group widgets into a container and set the container to start and stop showing. But you can do so much more than that. Check out the steps container in this contest template. See how this text is white while the rest of this text is black? This container has a white text style applied, which is then applied to all of the text widgets within it. You can also apply an action to a group of widgets. For example, in a thanks container, add some thanks text, share icons, and maybe even a newsletter subscribe form, and set that to display after an entry form is submitted. You'll see that this action widget is set to pop up the entire container. Now, when an entry is submitted in this form, all the widgets within the thanks container will pop up. You can even copy containers of widgets. This is great if you're listing steps in your campaign or setting up categories or offering a type of pick your prize giveaway. To copy and paste containers, use these icons down here at the bottom of the panel. For those of you who have been using ShortStack for a bit, the previous shortcuts may be old news to you, but for everyone on the call, we're excited to share a few shortcuts that are brand new. You can now save snippets of text to your own rich text library. This is great for setting up rules. If you tend to use the same rules or maybe terms and conditions or other disclaimers, save that text as a snippet in your library. Then it will be easy to access in all future campaigns you build. A pesky detail that can throw a wrench in the functionality of your campaign is forgetting to change a time zone in one of your widget settings. We've mitigated this by adding a default time zone setting for your entire campaign. By setting the default, all widgets in your campaign will be updated with this default setting. You can still edit one or more widgets to override the default if need be. Lastly, we've made it extra easy to uninstall campaigns. Instead of opening each campaign in the builder to uninstall it, you can uninstall it right from the campaigns manager. It saves you a few clicks, but if you are uninstalling multiple campaigns, saving you a few clicks adds up to a ton of time saved. And now I'm going to hand it over to Adam, who's going to show you how to use some of these shortcuts in ShortStack.
All right. Let's just, okay, that's not going to autoplay. All right, let me start my video back up. Do you see my screen okay, Jess?
Yep.
Awesome. Great video, as always.
Well, thanks.
If I could give you an Academy Award, I would. Maybe someday. Golden Globe, something. All right. So now is the time where it is great to ask questions. So post them in the Q&A. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a question about what we're talking about. As long as it's about ShortStack, feel free to ask it. We want to make sure that you guys are happy. And, you know, since you are talking to us directly, why not ask the question? So since we're in this area first, one shortcut I like is in our dashboard. You have your 5 campaigns, the 5 most recent campaigns that you built, already accessible right there. So you can just jump right into them. get busy. So if I jump into this one, edit in the campaign builder, that'll open right up. The copy and paste tool that Jess talked about, which I'm going to show here in just a moment, very powerful. Love it. It's not only great for copying and pasting in the same campaign that you're working on, but you can copy blocks of content from one campaign to the next campaign. So maybe you goofed or you're making a copy, but it's not a direct copy. So you need to not only bring over certain bits of it. This is a great way to do that. Just highlight what you want to copy. And, we're showing another shortcut example here by utilizing our containers. So if I want everything in here, instead of copying each individual item, I just click on the container, it turns blue, come down here, hit copy, and then hit paste, or open up another campaign builder, go in the edit widget panel, hit the paste icon, and we'll just plop it right in there. Now, just a little bit of information on doing that. You want to make sure that if you have any actions set up that they're still correct. Because, for example, I have a form here and it's #form. That means it's the first form. If I added a second form, it'd be the CSS ID for it would be form 2. So let's say I copy this into another campaign. If that campaign already has a form, then this is going to take the ID of form 2. So if you are going to copy between campaigns, just make sure that all your actions and the user flow that you've set up is how you still want it to be. Which, to test user flow, one of the best ways to do that is this little play action button right here. So before we had that, which we've had it for a couple of years now, but before we had it, you had to fill out the form every single time or click the button, watch the video, whatever the action is. But now you just click the play action and we'll initiate those actions so you can see exactly what happens. Just a fantastic way to test that in a much easier way. The other shortcut, go into the rich text widget. As Jessica mentioned, you can now save your own block of text. This is really good in the situations where, maybe you styled it and there's just a ton of work that you put into it, then just save it and you're good to go. Or, maybe you're someone that's a source code kind of person. You just love HTML. You want to do the brackets, you want to do the H1s, the H2s, the paragraphs, all of it. You spend all the time in here, you got it good, it's good to go. Save that, so then the next time you just go right into your library and then go to private, and that's where you'll find the code or the text that you've written. Public would be code or text that we put in ourselves that we think might be helpful for our users. Where you'll find a lot of that is in our code widget, which is the other feature or tool that we have that has its own library as well. So code widget, you can put in HTML, JavaScript, embed codes, pretty much anything that you want. If you are going to put something in here that is potentially going to be used in other campaigns over and over again, then set it up, give it a name, my code, hit save to library, and then you can go to library. Here's the public codes that we provide, and then I go to private, and then here's the 3 codes that I have created myself. Right. So since we're on the theme of saving snippets and what have you, let's talk about making templates. So come up here, click on campaign menu, come down and say make template from campaign. Give it a name, give it a good name, a name that you know what that's all about. I am a stickler when it comes to naming stuff. Naming saves so much time. So give it a good name. And then select the make copy when you are creating a template. That way it's a fresh list. It's not a list that's connected to the same thing. It's just, unless you don't want to make a copy, just defer to making a copy every time. Hit create template, that'll save it. And to access that, just come up here, create new campaign. And what'll happen, we'll show you our template gallery, but then go up here to this little person icon, click on it. And this is where all of the templates that you have made will show up. And you can see, we're not showing a little preview of it like we do with ours. So again, that's why naming is super important, because if all I said was S2 H gate, well, see, I know what that means because I named it well. But if I just said S2, or if I just said gate, what kind of gate or what kind of S2? Like I wouldn't know. So if you're going to utilize these tools to save yourself time, think through that process from beginning to end so you know how to save your time all the way from beginning to end. Really another shortcut that just saves probably the most time is our templates, really, to be honest. The way we've built our templates, you have complete control over them. You can do whatever you want, layouts, styles, remove features, add features. So if you were to say, well, Adam, I want to do a video upload contest with voting. Well, one approach is you could just go to all and create a blank template, but that's going to take you time because you got to add everything in there. Or go to UGC and we have a video upload contest template. It has a video upload field already set up. It has voting already set up. You just got to go in and adjust the creative and the copy, whatever. But we're getting you, like, here's your starting line, finish line. We're getting you here. So you only have to go that much farther versus always starting at the beginning every single time. Now, another thing that I want to go over, which my little floating head is in the way of the close button. There we go. Let's move this back up, is our themes. So just touched on this as well. So we come down here to these 3 dots. Now, if it says cancel all changes, that just means you haven't saved your changes. So hit the save button. So when it's blue, hit save, and then come over here and then say add to my themes. So just type in, let's say this is my discount. Oh, it doesn't want to type in there. There we go. Discount theme. Hit save. For those of you that are like agencies, the theme saver is a great tool because when you build a campaign for your client, set up everything so it's brand guidelines approved. And then the next time you build something for that client, you just use that theme. Maybe still charge the same amount of money you did last time, but the time it took you is that much smaller because we already have the theme ready to go for you. And if you even take it a step further and said, okay, this client really likes this kind of layout setup every time. It's tested, it works. So then make a template of that campaign, save the theme. Then the next time that client comes to you and says, hey, it's contest time, you start with that template, make a campaign, choose that theme. And I mean, it should take you a half hour versus maybe the couple hours if you're starting fresh. Another shortcut to be aware of is our mobile viewing option right up here. So scan this with your phone. We'll open up the preview area on your phone. So then when you're making edits here, it'll automatically update on your phone. So now you can design for both desktop and mobile at the same time versus, fumbling back and forth between screens. Oh, I forgot to hit publish changes, or I forgot to do this. Just 2 screens, maybe even 3 if you do a tablet at the same time. So have your multiple screens going, make your designs, you're good to go. Let's check the Q&A area. Nothing. Man, me and Jess, we're just getting all the information out there. There's no need for questions because you're just learning it all. Let's see. Another quick shortcut. I just had it in my head and I lost it. Let's see. Oh, got a Q&A. Is there a shortcut for reusing forms? Yes, there is. And that is a fantastic question. Thank you. So, let's say you got a form. You need to use, you want a new form every day for whatever reason, but it's going to be the same information that you're asking from day 1 to day 2 to day 3. The best way to get that up and running again is to come up to your navigation, go to lists, wait a second for it to load, find the list that you want to make a copy of, click this drop down, come down here and hit copy. And just like that, you got yourself a copy. So you want to go with the one that says giveaway copy. And then again, naming is important. So I would change that name so you know specifically that form is for day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, so on and so forth. And then to make edits to that, you can come in here and say edit in form builder. And then the old form builder will open up. And then from here, you make your adjustments. Since we're in here, one shortcut that I utilize all the time is the fact that you can connect your ShortStack form to the platform called Zapier. And, you know, I guess you can call it Zapier too. I don't know. I call it Zapier. Maybe it's Zapier. Tomato, tomato. But you know what I'm talking about. So we have a webhook integration. That webhook you can connect to Zapier. Zapier you can connect to the world. Pretty much everything. So I utilize that because on our ShortStack website, I have a sales form. If someone fills that out, they're asking us a question. It submits into my ShortStack account. But I also use a CRM tool. It's called Pipedrive. It's good to have that information in Pipedrive. But instead of manually just moving them over every single time, I have my sales form connected via a webhook to Zapier, Zapier to Pipedrive. So if Jess had a question, she fills out the form, automatically goes into Pipedrive, and I have all my systems set up to start handling that immediately and doing follow-ups and so on and so forth. That in itself is one of the best shortcuts that I have ever set up. So if you are going to create forms that are, you know, specific to that kind of situation, maybe, or just a form that you need to follow up with something right away, take a look at that webhook. Take a look at Zapier. See what kind of magic you can make happen. You know, become your own magician and set up all of this great, you know, tools and paths and if this then that kind of scenarios. It is not hard at all. I do it all day long, and there's not a lick of development needed. So don't be afraid that I don't have access to a developer, I can't do it. That's not a problem. With our system, with the webhook, with Zapier, it's all very simple, very straightforward. Looks like I got another question here, so let's go into the Q&A. Do I need to publish to test on mobile? No. So if you, let's go back into the builder. If you take a look at, I am pushing the wrong button. There we go. So in the builder, we have this little mobile icon at the very top of your screen. And this mobile icon allows you to scan a QR code and display the preview of your campaign on your website, or on your phone, I should say. So hover over this, scan the QR code. That'll open it up in your phone or tablet or both if you can do both. And then this will display there. You can test it out, see what you think firsthand. And then if you're making edits to your campaign, it'll also update there as well. All right. I think, you know, after we're done here, I'm going to be like, oh, yep, there's another shortcut. Oh, there's another one. But I think at this point, I think I'm good to go. I can't think of, you know, another just great shortcut that I want to share with you guys. Not to say there isn't more, but I can't think of any. Jess, what do you think?
No, I think between the two of us, we covered them.
Oh, I got a question here from Julie. I have tried the test on mobile, but it does not seem to be responsive, only in portrait mode, correct? No, not really. It should be responsive on mobile. Of course, there could be all sorts of situations that may make it seem it's not responsive. You know, how you put in your images, what your padding and margin is like, because, you know, out the gate, we do our very best to make your pages responsive, but on a creative standpoint, on a setting standpoint, it's very easy to, I don't want to say break mobile, but basically, you know, break that responsiveness. So let's do this. Send us a ticket to the team at shortstacklab.com and share with us the campaign that you're building and testing, since it's not working properly right now. Send us that and we will take a look. Chances are, we'll be able to easily see something in the style panel or maybe how the image is in there. And then we'll direct you in how to fix that. So again, that was the team at shortstacklab.com. Right.
You got another question, Adam?
Will copying the template or the campaign bring the existing entries with it? If you want it to. So let's come up here. If I go to copy a campaign, we're going to prompt you, and this is true if you make a template as well. We're going to prompt you with, would you like to copy the connected lists? If you say make copy, then all we're doing is making a copy of that list. All of the entries stay with the previous list. If you say keep existing, then yes. Now you'll have two campaigns connected to the same list, which logistically could potentially cause problems if you ran one, you made a copy, this is a completely separate one. But if you had your entry limit set to one per entry or one per email, if I entered last month's, but then I try to enter again this month, it won't let me. So you want to think that through. Why do you want to bring over the existing list? If it is because you want to limit how many times people can enter in total, then that's a great way to handle that. When you make a template, anytime you make a new campaign from that template, it's just going to make copies of everything. So it'll start you fresh every time. All right, got another question. We are loving this. I work on a team and we have a number of custom domains we use, but I never know which ones we have verified. Can I see a list of them or something? You most certainly can. And let me back up a second here, because people might be thinking on here, custom domains, what are we talking about? So let's discuss custom domains first. So if you're on the agency plan or higher, you have access to our white label features. Part of those features is our custom domain option. So when you go to publish a campaign, you can go landing page. We'll provide you two different domains, landing.page or shortstack.page. However, if you'd like to add your own custom domain, or it could be a custom subdomain of an existing domain, come down here and say add custom domain, put that domain in here. And you also want to make sure that you have created an A record that points to this IP address, whether it's on the domain itself or the subdomain. Then we'll verify that that is connected correctly. And now you can publish your landing page and use that URL, a full branded experience. So back to that original question. If I go up to the navigation, I can come down to custom domains. And then I'll see all the custom domains that are associated with my account. Now, you'll see here, we have 4 of them. 3 are currently verified and being used on 2 different campaigns. And then this one right here is unverified. So you'll be able to check them all out right there in the custom domains area, which is also accessible under others, custom domains. There you go. Bob's your uncle. Perfect. Oh, you know what? Shortcut. Here we go. I got one. So let's say you are running a contest and you got lawyers and they're like, hey, here are 20 different paragraphs that you need to make sure people see for your contest. And, you've built this beautiful contest page. And then they're like, 20 paragraphs. This is ugly. I don't want to show all 20 paragraphs on this campaign. Nobody's going to read it anyways. What you can do, create a PDF of your rules, then go to the media section of your ShortStack account, which the media section is where we host the images that you've made or GIFs, or in this case, PDFs. I have uploaded a PDF right here. Any asset that you upload to your ShortStack account, we will provide a URL for it. To retrieve that URL, you hover over the asset, come up here and click copy URL to the clipboard. So now you have a handy dandy URL to your PDF of rules. Link that in your campaign. And now if someone so desires, because I don't know why they would want to, but if they so desire, they can click on that link in your campaign and that will take them to the PDF. And now your pretty campaign gets to be just that. It gets to stay pretty instead of being overwhelmed with itty bitty text written by lawyers. Rad. Awesome. I think that's it on my end. Jess, do you have anything else you want to throw into the conversation?
This is normally where I would plug our next training, but we currently don't have anything set up for next month. So just stay tuned. And if there's something we really need to share with all you guys, then we will, we'll set something up and let everyone know about it. But I do want to plug our giveaway that's currently going on. It's our knowledge quiz giveaway, where we are testing everybody on their knowledge of our new features. It's just like 6 questions, and you have the chance to win a $100 gift card, a big old swag bag of ShortStack swag. And we have really cool swag, okay, like big truck hats, t-shirts, stickers, and stuff like that. So you have the chance to win that, and we're giving like 75 people a Frisbee for, your summer fun, if you have dogs, kids, whatever. So I would say go log into, Adam brought it up. So log into ShortStack, it's right there on your dashboard. Click enter now. And if you don't know the answers, it's fine, because each question is linked. We link to a blog post where you can find the answer. It's like an open book test. It's the best kind of test. So anyway, so enter our Blog Days of Summer quiz giveaway. Stay tuned for future trainings, and thanks for joining us. Anything else, Adam?
Just stay cool, everybody. It was great to do the demo, or not the demo. See, I do demos all day long. That's why I said demo. It was great to do the webinar. And Jessica, thank you. As always, she is my Batman to my Robin.
Oh, you're welcome, Adam. It's fun. It's been fun.
Definitely take the quiz. Get 100%. There's fantastic information in this quiz. And I'm sure we can figure out something for next month, because really what we don't want to do is deprive all you great people the opportunity for, you to see me and Jess, because let's be honest, this is number 1 right here. Number 2 is learning ShortStack, but no, it's great. We so thankful you guys are using us. We're excited to keep sending out some new features. We have just between us, we have a new template coming out that is going to be amazing. It's a points for actions template, and it has so many new options. Can't wait for you guys to see it. Maybe that's something that we can talk about next month. We'll see. But anyways, have a great rest of your Thursday, everybody. We love you. Goodbye.
Bye.